Wheel of Fortune, weeknights at 7:30.
Coming up next on the Weekend Report, tomorrow's rush hour could be a big mess after police shut down a major New Jersey road. Thousands protest the desecration of a New Jersey synagogue and vow never again. Indian Americans gather to remember the late Indira Ghandhi, plus a campaign close-up on who is scoring points for Mondale in New York. The Giants win, the Jets lose, and cold weather is on the horizon.
Tonight, Weekend Report, Channel 2 News with Tony Gada, Fred Wymore with sports, and Mr. G with the weather.
Good evening. It could be a slow commute into New Jersey tomorrow morning. At this hour, work crews are racing the clock trying to repair cracked beams discovered on the North Bergen Viaduct leading from the Lincoln Tunnel into New Jersey. Port Authority police shut down the roadway this afternoon, and that triggered massive traffic pileups westbound. The viaduct is a critical artery leading from the Lincoln Tunnel onto the Turnpike and to routes 1, 3, and 9. Detours already have been set up, but there is no word yet on whether the repairs will be completed by tomorrow morning. A 3-year hunt for 4 people wanted in the shooting death of a New Jersey state trooper, Philip LaMonaco, is over tonight. FBI agents in Ohio say they have arrested Raymond Luck Lavasseur and Richard Charles Williams in the murder of Trooper LaMonaco. Lavasseur's wife and another person also were taken into custody, but the FBI says it is still hunting Thomas Manning, who was indicted in the slaying last year. Trooper LaMonaco was gunned down on Route 80 in Sussex County in 1981. Thousands of Manalapan, New Jersey residents gathered in solidarity today against the recent vandalism and desecration of a local synagogue. They came to rally as a united community with a mandate that the vicious acts be stopped, and they came to help remove the scars, as Randall Pinkston reports.
A half-mile stretch of road between Manalapan High School and Temple Beth Shalom. Hundreds of people, different faiths, different backgrounds, including Governor Thomas Kean, all of them marching slowly, pensively, coming to show their concern and their outrage over the desecration of the synagogue.
I was embarrassed by what had happened, and I was shocked, and I wanted my children to see it so that something like this would never happen again in our town or anywhere.
I shared some of the same feelings and some of the same persecution that the Jewish people had felt, and I felt that I owed them support since they supported us when we needed it.
It happened October 17th. Police say 3 youths sprayed anti-Semitic slurs, then hot-wired a lawn tractor and drove it into the walls of the new synagogue.
I was shocked. I really was, because I think that we always thought of Manalapan and the suburban area of New Jersey as being such a wonderful, warm, we've been welcomed here with open arms by everybody, and I was really taken back.
3 teens were arrested. 2 of them were reportedly involved in the May firebombing of another synagogue in Manalapan, Sons of Israel. Today at Temple Beth Shalom, several cans of paint remover were handed out for a symbolic cleaning of the walls.
What this community has done is taken an incident, terrible incident, and made something good out of it.
The hope now is that spirits will also heal. Today's demonstration of concern appears to be a sure sign that the community is moving in the right direction. Randall Pinkston, Channel 2 News, Manalapan.
Mob violence and the fear of more of it are keeping some 17,000 of India's Sikh community behind barricades tonight. Hindu mobs continue to vent their fury at the assassination of Prime Minister Indira Ghandhi. New York has the largest Indian population in America, and police here stood by in force today at a huge rally in Mrs. Gandhi's memory. But Barbara Nevins reports sorrow, not revenge, was on the crowd's mind.
A quiet, intense crowd of an estimated 2,500 Indians came today under gloomy skies in Central Park to mourn Indira Ghandhi.
We all feel a tremendous loss, a deep loss.
In New Delhi yesterday, Rajiv Gandhi, Mrs. Gandhi's son and successor, lit her funeral pyre. The woman who was India's prime minister for 15 of the past 18 years was assassinated Wednesday by men identified as her Sikh bodyguards. In India, her assassination provoked widespread violence as Hindus killed members of a Sikh minority in retribution for her death. More than 1,000 people have died in the rioting during the past 4 days. In Central Park today, the talk was of peace and of bringing together the various factions in India.
We believe in coexistence and we believe in non-violence.
We have to see to it that her death does not cause more deaths and more tragedies
But there was the threat of violence here. According to the Associated Press, rally organizers received telephone death threats Saturday night urging them to cancel the rally. One of those who made the threats identified himself as a Sikh. At the rally, only one Sikh was in evidence. A Sikh professor of mathematics offered to join the speakers, but he was turned down.
I think this would have been a great opportunity to show the unity of India.
When the rally was going on, we were told from behind the crowd that there were some representatives from Gurudwara and that if he's allowed to speak, they'll attack him. And therefore, we felt that if he speaks, that this will be a total disruption of rally.
While the rally was not without its behind-the-scenes incident, it ended without violence, as New York's Indian community went home to mourn Indira Ghandhi privately. I'm Barbara Nevins, Channel 2 News in Central Park.
And still to come on Channel 2's Weekend Report, I'll have the story of Mondale's #1 booster in New York and the questions some politicians are asking about him. Stay with us.
I'm Dick Lewis. Newmark & Lewis is including this 27-inch precision 12-speed bike with the purchase of hundreds of items. Buy a VHS VCR for $399. The bike is included. A 10 cubic foot refrigerator, $299. The bike is included. This is the most extraordinary offer Newmark & Lewis has ever made. Remember, I personally guarantee it.
America is coming home.
Almost there.
America is coming
Where you heading?
home. America is coming
right on time
to the good taste of butter.
All across America, people are coming home to the pure, natural, wholesome taste of real butter. So simple, so good.
America is coming home to the good taste of butter.
It's good to be home.
Now through Election Day, Gimbel's is featuring 25 to 40% savings on a huge selection of coats, jackets, and suits. Save 25 to 40% on pure wool and warm blend long coats. Save 25 to 40% on wool short and long jackets. For those cold winter days, save on long down coats. And stay dry and save on raincoats, like this wool-lined storm coat from Forecaster. Come into Gimbel's for savings like these and more during our Election Day coat sale. Don't miss it.
When you decide to have cosmetic surgery, it helps to ask a friend. Personal Best has been that friend to thousands of satisfied men and women over the years. A free consultation with our warm, caring, expert team will help you make that right decision. Call us at 212-410-9600. From New York to Palm Beach to Beverly Hills, Personal Best will help you look your very best. Your personal best. But honestly, only our address is expensive.
The days have dwindled down to a precious 2 in the countdown to the national election. President Reagan and Walter Mondale campaigned vigorously in different parts of the country today. New York is a state each would like to claim. Tonight, in a campaign close-up report, I take a look at the man who's trying to put Mondale over the top in New York.
There's no question in my mind that Mario Cuomo is one of the most Machiavellian politicians that we've seen in years.
Mario Cuomo has emerged as a leader of the Democratic Party.
If the governor is as smart as all these people claim he is, then maybe he ought to be president.
3 years ago, Mario Cuomo was so dead politically, even his friends wondered why he wouldn't lie down. Today, people say the words Cuomo and president in the same breath, and they're not kidding. Cuomo's resurrection and ascension into the heavens of national politics, however, is no miracle. It comes from being elected governor of the second largest state in the nation, and it comes from being a principal power behind the effort to elect Walter Mondale president.
Whether Mondale succeeds or not, Cuomo, it seems, has already won respect and a leadership role on the national Democratic scene. Things Cuomo insists he does not want.
The one message I want to deliver to the people of New York State is I want to be governor. And I don't want them confused.
Cuomo is not a Mario come lately to the Mondale cause. 4 years ago, he ran the Carter-Mondale campaign in New York. Last year, when Mondale needed a major endorsement, Cuomo was out front, staging a series of statewide forums for all the Democratic hopefuls to make their cases, then quickly endorsing Mondale when the forums were over. Last spring, when the Mondale campaign was reeling from defeats in New England, Cuomo produced a resounding victory for his candidate in New York's primary. When Mondale began interviewing potential vice presidential candidates before the convention, Cuomo was there again with advice. Be bold. Choose now. He even had the candidate.
I discussed specifically Geraldine Ferraro, about whom I have said publicly I think she would make a good candidate.
At high noon on July 12th, Mondale took Cuomo's advice. Mondale also gave Cuomo the coveted convention role, keynote speaker. For the first time, the nation saw the New Yorker behind the Democratic ticket, and it was impressed. Out of the spotlight, the Cuomo team is busy laboring for Mondale, working as if each phone call will be the one that puts New York in Mondale's column. Through it all, Cuomo maintains he is a contented governor and a loyal Democrat, no more. But his critics see a clever plot.
I think he is not the least bit disappointed that Walter Mondale is in the position he's in this year, because it only makes things better for Democrats in the future, and he's one of those Democrats of the future.
If I wanted Mondale to lose, I would have backed Glenn.
He does have vision. He does look ahead, but I don't think he's a plotter.
The fact that he supported so strongly a woman candidate, a New York candidate, made it look as if it wasn't self-serving. Get the American electorate used to an Italian-American candidate on the national ticket, and he's prepared to step in behind him.
If the governor is as smart as all these people claim he is, then maybe he ought to be president, because he's the shrewdest guy I've ever met in politics if all of this was that well thought out. It's never that way.
Cuomo inflamed speculation himself with the comment that if he decided to run for president, he would not seek re-election as governor. It was meant to end speculation, Cuomo said. His aides admitted the statement was injudicious. Lately, Cuomo has been in the vanguard of another national debate over religion and politics. His speech at Notre Dame in September detailed his view of the responsibilities of a Catholic elected official and raised new questions about where this official is headed.
A keen observer of the New York political scene, Dr. Donna Shalala, president of Hunter College, dismisses the theory of the calculating Cuomo. She told me it's been a long time since we've had a genuine national political figure around here, and so it is fun to gossip, to play a game of political pursuit with Cuomo. It's as good an explanation as any, and the game is just becoming interesting. Fred Wymore is next with plenty of sports news for us. He has the Giants making a season sweep of the Cowboys, the first in a long, long time. But the Jets found Marino and company just a little bit too much to handle today. Fred has all the sports next.
You are a one-in-a-million woman, Annie. You dream of a one-in-a-million fur.
I'll know it when I see it, but I've got to see a million furs.
Annie, I'm Fred the Furrier. My new fur department stores are as big as your dream.
You are a one-in-a-million woman, Annie.
Come to one of my new fur vaults and find your one-in-a-million fur.
BMW presents the only form of interior decoration that ever made a luxury car perform better. Such decorations as an engine driven by microprocessors, with an electronic system that actually calculates when service is needed, and a suspension based on a design so advanced it has earned an international patent. The BMW 528e, the difference between advanced gimmickry and advanced technology.
In the world of sight and sound, you lead the rest. Emerson, America loves you best. You kept the holidays right in June. You gave us memories of the moon, winter weekends and summer afternoons that we could wish upon. America turns on Emerson, 'cause Emerson turns America on.
Emerson, products that turn America on at fine stores everywhere.
Gotta get a suit? Get it on sale at Bamberger's. $159 gets you Christopher Hayes. $199 Botany, Cricketeer, French designers. Gotta get separates. Sarah's wool sport coat, $75. Sarah Tri-Blend Slack, $21. $89 gets you John Henry sport coat. $119 Robert Stock or PBM. And for just $275, our exclusive cashmere sport coat. It's all on sale now at Bamberger's.
Fred Wymore now, I guess the Jets get an A for effort, if effort
Miami
counts.
had only been behind in a ball game for 67 seconds all season long. The Jets led for about 13 minutes today. Both the Jets and the Giants now 6-4 after 10 weeks of play. The Giants winning in Dallas 19-7, while the Jets lost a close one to the unbeaten Dolphins at the Meadowlands 31-17. Now, you're right. The score wasn't close, but the game really was. Miami, they opened the scoring midway through the first quarter when Dan Marino hit a wide-open Nat Moore down the middle of the field for a 37-yard score. It was 7-0 Dolphins. The Jets answered with an 85-yard drive. The big play, this 52-yard run by Freeman McNeil, who gained 132 yards, his 6th 100-yard game of the season. The score after that, Pat Ryan to Wesley Walker. It came from 33 yards out. The first TD scored against Miami in the opening quarter all season long, 7-7 after 1. Mark Gastineau got to Marino just once. Coming from the left side in the second quarter, he now leads the league with 17.5 sacks. The Jets had 2 for the game. Jets led 10-7 at the half, and that was the score in the third when Marino hit Moore, who was inside the Jets' 10-yard line when he fumbled. The ball picked up by Kurt Springs, who passed it off to Darrell Ray. Ray then took off on a 56-yard romp before being dropped by Marino at the Miami 37, but the Jets' field goal attempt was blocked. It was 14-10 Dolphins in the fourth. The Jets lined up to punt, but the snap went to Tony Page. Page gained 24 yards to get the ball to the Miami 26, and that set up the go-ahead score. Freeman McNeil from 6 yards out. The Jets led 17-14 with 9:31 to play. The lead, however, was short-lived. Marino capping a 4-play, 80-yard drive with a 47-yard scoring toss to Mark Clayton, 21-17 Dolphins. And that was the score when Marino dropped back to pass from the 12. He was in the grasp. He threw the ball away, but there was no call. The official was on the ground, and that led to a field goal. And this Marino to Clayton pass led to an interference call on Dalvin Mullen, which led to a short TD by Pete Johnson. The final score of the game, 31-17. Dolphins win it. The rematch happens 3 weeks from Monday night down in Miami. Well, the last time the Giants won in Dallas, it was 1974, and the last time they beat the Cowboys twice in one season, 1963. But that's all history now, as they completed a sweep of the Cowboys this season with a 19-7 win today at Texas Stadium. Ali Haji Sheikh picked a good day to break out of his kicking slump. He made the first of his 4 field goals on the Giants' opening drive, a 40-yarder, 3-0 New York. On the Giants' next possession, they faced 4th and 2 inside the Cowboys' 35. Phil Simms to Lino Manuel got the first down, and Sheik got another field goal, 6-0 Giants after 1. First play, second quarter, New York's threat was stopped when Joe Morris coughed up the ball when hit by Bob Brunick. Dallas recovers. The Giants' defense was playing for keeps as well. Leonard Marshall and Lawrence Taylor put the rush on Danny White in the second quarter. He went to the sidelines with a sore shoulder after this. His replacement, Gary Hogeboom, came on to throw the Cowboys' only touchdown, 31 yards to an all-alone Tony Hill. Dallas led at the half, 7-6. Third quarter, Giants from the Dallas 41. Simms to Zeke Mowat at the 20. Mowat gets the ball down to the 11-yard line, and that set up the go-ahead score for New York. Simms to Manuel from 9 yards out made it 13-7 Giants with 3:12 remaining in the third. 102 of Simms' 244 passing yards went to his rookie wide receiver. The longest connection between the two came early in the fourth, a 53-yarder which got the ball inside the 5 and set up the first of 2 fourth-quarter field goals by Sheik. Both the Giants and the Cowboys now 6-4 and tied with St. Louis for the lead in the NFC West. And if Washington beats Atlanta tomorrow night, there could be a 4-way tie for the top spot in the division. Let's move on now to the NBA. The Knicks lost their 4th in a row on the road. The Spurs beat them tonight in San Antonio, 131-130 in double overtime action from the hemisphere. Bernard King goes left to right across the lane to lay in 2 of his 44 points. Spurs up by 3 late in the first OT. Bernard takes the outside shot. Watch as Pat Cummings comes down with the rebound and then tosses it out to Butch Carter, who pops the three-pointer to tie the game at 121 and force the second extra period. Just under a minute left in that period. Knicks up by 1, but the Spurs get the ball to Artis Gilmore, who lays in the winning basket. 131-130 was the final. And in hockey, the Islanders 6-2 losers tonight in Boston. Second period action, former Ranger Doug Silk beats Rolly Melanson to make it 4-0 Bruins at 13-23. 6 minutes later, Silk again, his second goal, making it 5-0, both on feeds from former Ranger Rick Middleton. And we'll have all the scores from today's action, plus more NFL highlights coming up on Sports Update right after the news. Plus, Jets' Joe Klecko and Joe Fields will be here to talk about today's game, and I have a special profile of Olympic downhill gold medalist Bill Johnson. All that coming up on Sports Update. Tony?
All right, we'll see you later. Thank you. And Irv is next to outline our weather for us. We'll also tell you why Bulls players are saying, wait till next year. coming up.
It's Macy's Giant Election Day sale going on now with tremendous savings, like 20 to 50% off every wool coat, every jacket and raincoat for ladies, 30% off a beautiful selection of cultured pearl jewelry, a Fisher stereo system just $199, 20% off Nico Christmas dinnerware, and save on special purchase Periella sheets and comforters, twin size sheets just $6.99, and so much more during Macy's Giant Election Day sale going on now.
You know what's nice about a Club Med village? If you want to go water skiing or windsurfing, it's right back there. Tennis and volleyball, over there. The shows and disco, right over there. Everything's right here in the village. The last thing you want to do on vacation is move around a lot.
WHN 1050.
Oh. Your country's very relaxing.
Know when to hold, know when to fold up.
Your country brightens my day.
WHN 1050.
Just can't wait to get on the road again.
It's the best country in the world.
WHN. You'll love our country.
The shape of things to come has come. The Audi 5000S, sedan, wagon, turbo.
Buy or lease from your local Audi dealer.
Here's Irv with the rainy forecast.
That's right. How'd you know that? The T said cool. How'd you know it was going to rain? Its rain is now west in Jersey. It's in upstate New York. Good evening, everybody. The rain's now crossing roughly about 40 miles from the city, moving steadily in our direction. The big story, it will rain later tonight and come down hard midday tomorrow, finally tapering off later in the day. 57 degrees now. The wind's off the ocean. Humidity sky high. Barometer falling. Mostly cloudy skies. And the rain now is about 2 to 3 hours away from the tri-state area. Watch the radar. You can see the shower just beginning to skim into the western portion of New Jersey, lining up from Buffalo down to Norfolk, moving again steadily from southwest to northeast at around 20 miles per hour. The weather break is calling in around the tri-state area right now. You can see in Lakeland High School, Morning Gula, 50 degrees. Colonel Carl Koenig in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, mostly cloudy skies, and Dr. Camardi in Hicksville with mostly cloudy skies as well. Now, the big story will be temperatures for the next 24 hours. We're going to hold basically in the 50s, not bad, normal high 60 degrees. And on Tuesday, temperatures around the tri-state area will cool down. Watch the cool air fly across the Great Lakes in our direction. But you'll see 3 satellite photos. First, as we speak, it is raining in 23 cities across the state of Pennsylvania, down in Virginia. That's moving our way. Three Ds for tomorrow: damp, dank, dismal. That'll be the story for us. And then the cool Canadian air will barrel into the inner mountains of the Rockies, and that will be ours, but we'll have to wait for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for that to move steadily in our direction. The map now begins to move. The frontal system very slow. Here it comes across the Appalachians. It will stall. Another storm begins to develop off the coast. That will move in our direction, and by Tuesday, we'll finally clear it out. So the forecast for tonight, when you see it, we will have thickening cloudiness. The rain arrives. It's really going to arrive in the next 2 hours. The city near 50 degrees, north and west 40s. For tomorrow, umbrellas, rain, heavy at times, tapers off late in the afternoon or at night, windy, 55 to 60 degrees. Here's your 5-day forecast. We'll get tomorrow out of the way Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, if it all works out, dry and cooler. Nice week, everybody, and I'll see you again next Saturday.
Thank you, Irv. As Fred Wymore told us earlier, Giants fans will be remembering this day for a long time because it was the first time in 21 years their team swept the Cowboys. But for some other sports fans, this is the day the Bulls season finally came to a close. Barbara Nevins has the story of Bulls and their leader.
Okay, form your team and appoint your captain for the team.
All right, we'll take a
And so it was that Alfred Levitt, an artist, a man of more than 90 years, got the game going today. The game is pétanque, or boules, a French cousin of Italian bocce. In Washington Square Park, where one is likely to see almost anything, Alfred Levitt has carved out an orderly oasis for the game, which is his passion.
Yes. No. Yes. No.
Alfred Levitt first learned to play boules in 1949 in France, where he was then painting. For years, he dreamed about bringing the game to New York. It's played with metal balls, or boules. The object for a three-member team playing against another team is to get the boules close to the bouchon, a little wooden ball. If you can't get close, the next best thing is to knock the opponent's ball out of the way. 13 points win the game.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Alfred,
6.
purposeful at play, admits he's a tough man on the courts. There are some people who say Alfred is autocratic. He is a dictator on the boules court.
I am. I am on the court. I want the game to be played in accordance with rules and regulations. Because if you don't keep them that way, it becomes chaos.
So serious is he about the game that several years ago he raised money for the city to build the courts after convincing the Greenwich Village Community Board to sell the idea to the Parks Department.
Without him, we'd have no pétanque, and I guess without no pétanque, there'd be no Al. He's really that much involved.
I'd love to be just like him at 90.
Age is no factor for Alfred. He is looking ahead to the next pétanque season.
It permits me to express a great deal of energy that I am fortunate to possess.
I'm Barbara Nevins, Channel 2 News.
And that's Channel 2's Weekend Report. I'm Tony Guida. Thank you for being with us.
Trying to keep up with business communications is enough to make anyone feel lost. Fortunately, there are the 9X advisors, experts who've conquered the toughest communications territory. They'll show you what you do need and what you don't. In phones, integrated voice and data systems, networking too. So you and your system will feel right at home. 9X Business Information Systems, communications without complications.
It's the grand opening of a new Crazy Eddie Superstore, 770 Route 1, Woodbridge, New Jersey. Get anything and everything in home entertainment on sale now. Crazy Eddie, his prices are insane.
Fly Delta to 8 major Texas cities: Dallas-Fort Worth, Houston, Amarillo, Austin, El Paso, Lubbock, and San Antonio. Delta has non-stops to Dallas-Fort Worth and Houston, plus flights throughout Texas, all with low fares. Great personal service and convenient schedules. See your travel agent or call Delta Airlines. Delta is your airline to Texas. That's the Delta spirit.
If you spot news, call the Channel 2 News hotline. The toll-free number is 1-800-CH2-NEWS.
Yes. Yes.
Channel 2 News Weekend Report. Portions recorded.
Yes.